with Delucci News, sponsored by our creator, the King of Kings. It is today, March 2nd, 2022. It is exactly 8:47 p.m., my friends. And we are going to talk about all that is being perpetrated right now. All the frauds, all the crimes that is being perpetrated. My friends, as you know, once again, let me remind you that it is illegal to use a legal name because the legal name is fraud. The legal name is Crown Corporation copyrighted. And it is the birth certificate legal name fraud that gives them legal rights to commit legal crimes and get away with them. Such is the case as we have seen it with the military using, right, they forcing in your arm, as well as many other genocides or all immunizations you've been forced to get as a requirement for these corporations, so-called states or uh, countries. Well, my friends, we are right now living yet again another movie. As you can see on my screen, I have last year's auto-fabricated event of invasion from the Taliban to Iraq, which they you can clearly see that is an inflatable airplane. Otherwise, they wouldn't be running under it, right? Under the turbines. It would be too dangerous for them, right? Well, my friends, the same exact thing is happening right now. They've been cooking it. They've been doing it like this all this time. They've been applying the same tactic. They've been applying the same game of deviation, lies, the same game of deceptions, the same games of auto-fabricated events, and using the most powerful entity on earth, the media, in order for them to make you believe it is true everything they're doing. Let me show you another picture. Remember this event? Remember the humanitarian help. What happened with that invasion? What happened with that event? Nothing, because it was created by them. So all of a sudden, the media decided to forget about it. All of a sudden, the media decided that is, well, let me tell you that when this event happened, there was yet again another very high mind consciousness. Therefore, it was imperative to deviate you from that. It was imperative for you to shift your mind from the only fraud, the only key to premeditated slavery that is illegal in fraud, and absolutely all the crimes they commit. Right? So let me show you another picture of how these despicable entities operate. As I have mentioned it on my Twitter, before they become or they get selected to as a higher ranked slave with privileges, administrators of the slave plantations, they have to take a lot of classes. They have to take a lot of act, how to act in order for them to be professionals aligned. You know, it is so funny because this guy, higher ranked slave with privileges, selected as the New Jersey Slave Corporation of the slave plantation, Phil Morphy, right? This guy has killed legally thousands of elderly, thousands of children, thousands of innocents in prison, families destroyed, thousands of the creation that are right now under eviction, over, I would say, 200,000, intentionally done thanks to the fake invisible enemy that was going to kill you. It was all under fear for you to get this military using in you. Look at how he calls, how he's such an actor. Remember, you got to remember this. They need to act to make you believe something is happening. Because guess what? He's trying to save his butt. Why is he trying to save his butt? Because he has killed too many innocents, right? Under the pretense that there was an invisible enemy killing people, when there is none. There is nothing. It was only to save the slavery system, because people are waking up to the fraud of the birth certificate, the legal name fraud, the slavery. Because the same patterns of events happen with the birth certificate as it happens with any other title that you get. Right? They take away your natural rights and put you into bondage, slavery. They take away the original title of whatever you buy, like in this case, any car, and they give you the original certificate of origin in terms of the car, and they give you a title provided by the state in which you own nothing. And this is the same thing that happens with your child. But look at how right now they have shifted from an invisible enemy. So guess what? They don't wear a mask so we can save some lives. But yet they are telling you that they want to go to war. They want to save lives from an invisible enemy that doesn't exist. And then they create, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they create this whole movie, like the usual movies that they make, right? That we have been watching on TV that looks so real. This is exactly what's happening there right now. Just like the inflatable airplane, just like the Taliban invading Iraq, all paid for and controlled by the Crown Corporation. My friends, we can't let this happen anymore. These are actors. He's acting. He's trying to save his butt because he knows we're going to chase them down the street. He knows every single of them. Cory Booker, this Melendez, and all these higher ranked slavery privileges that are in charge of administering the slave plantation of New Jersey will pay for it. And this is what they're trying to save. Look, he even got pins of Ukraine and the United States Corporation. Huh? But guess what? There is people being killed in Palestine right now. There is people being killed in Yemen, Syria, Libya, and other places. And he's not saying anything. Well, because the auto-fabricated movie, the fraud, is not taking place in any of those places. Those places are currently being used as sold offering, because it is times of sold offerings. They call it Black Month, but they don't call it Black Month because there is any, they care about the African American community. They call it Black Month because it's a sold offering month, all the way to June. It is a sold offering they do every year, and then it's time for no more games. In fact, they kept me a little busy today all the way until now. That's why I made this video a little bit late in this podcast, right? We are transmitting right now, if YouTube is allowing me, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. My friends, this is how they play the game. This is how they've been playing all this time, for years. For years, they've been auto-fabricating events. For years, they've been auto-fabricating anything and everything in order for them to deviate you from the truth, what you ought to know, in order for them to keep enslaving your children. This guy is such an actor. Look at him. He has such a well-trained verbosity. Here I am. We gotta isolate Putin because he's killing children and families. Are you serious, dude? You freaking separated me from my loved one or my child. And if I didn't wake up on time, you probably would have used him for one of your sacrifices, or your child trafficking. If I wouldn't have sent a letter to New Jersey Slave Corporation, to Washington, D.C. Slave Corporation, you would have done anything and everything with my child, you little demon. I won't call you demon because it has a different meaning. You little parasite. You are the maniac murderer. Huh? Yeah. And if I see you anywhere on the streets, I'm going to tell you in your face. Because to me, you are simply a nobody. To me, you are simply a piece of caca. Do you understand higher ranked slavery privileges, Phil Murphy? I am here to exploit every single fraud you're committing. And this so-called war right now is one more of them. You guys are making a movie, just like you did long time ago, paying to auto-fabricate events in a terrorist attacks. Huh? No one believes you're crap anymore. Yeah, I know. You are trying to set me up. You are right now have my loved ones under mind control, thanks to the military using, because you have forced my loved one to get 3 of them, right? Isn't it? Isn't it why you were so desperate, you and your partners in crimes? Isn't it why you and your partners in crimes were so desperate to 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 make creation believe there was an invisible enemy when there is none? You are in panic because you know we're going to chase you down the street. That's why Cory Booker is so in panic, trying to, oh, and then, by the way, maybe this airplane that is coming right now, like all the time, trying to shut down my internet so I don't continue to do this. Because this is what you do in complicity with the military. Let everybody be the witness in live. Let everybody, let it pass by. Because every time I am doing anything on the internet, this military airplane passes by and it shuts it down. Because this is how scared you are of someone that has no military, no all these soldiers or anything. All I have is my creator in truth in the word that comes out of my mouth. My friends, everything they're doing right now is fraud. Everything they do is auto-fabricated. It's a movie. Okay? They're trying to save their butt from the slavery system, from all the crimes they have committed. Anything they tell you, when they call someone a murderer, when they call someone a terrorist, when they call someone a child molester, when they call someone a psychopath, when they call someone a maniac, all of it is they calling themselves. This is how they operate. Everything they do is fraud. Everything they do is auto-fabricated. Everything they do is to save their butt. Everything they do is weather control, and they call it climate change. Everything they do is to enslave our children more and more. Right now, as you know, they created that event of the Taliban's invading Iraq, and then all of a sudden people forgot, and they went back to the invisible enemy, the military using of mind control, manipulation, and destruction of the nervous and immune system that causes all the diseases. And now, since the mind consciousness is very high again, they created this again. And as John Kerry said, oh, I hope Russia help us with this climate. Yeah, they're talking about not the climate change. They're talking about the climate of awakening, the climate of high mind consciousness. Huh? And this also proves, right, high-ranked slavery privileges coming up with an executive order proves that corporations can have executive orders, not real leaders, because they have no authority over anybody. They are trying to save their butts, my friend. They are trying to save their butts. And they are trying to stop me from keep telling everybody about how they're committing frauds. They are. Huh? In fact, and right now, as you can see outside, because the military using does work. It does work for mind control. They're mind controlling my loved ones, trying to make them vibrate low so they can be against me. And I can end up on the streets. And I don't mind it ending up on the streets because it will be proof of what they create. They try to create tensions because they don't want me talking like that with the authority that I have as a true free living souls that is now under Crown Corporation because I don't have a legal name. Because I'm a true child of our Creator, standing in truth for those that have no voice, for those that are being lied through the media, through this actor right here that you see in front of you, and his witch wife. That is, that she's in charge of all this occult art of dark magic. That they do it to children, that they do it to families, that they do it to set up innocents. Everything they do is wrong, my friends. As my computer is about to die, I gotta wrap it up. But do not believe anything they said. I have my little bottle coming up because this little piece of caca has my loved one under mind control. Recently, putting them under the depth bracket again. And many other things that they do, they can control and live your life. And that's what they're doing with my loved one. Okay? But they will not stop what my Creator, what our Creator has decreed. This little parasite in front of you will not stop it. And I'm going to prove it to you. You're going to be the witness of how they come down. Because I'm going to stand up in truth all the way until I take my last breath. And that's not something that I will trade for money like many have done. I will not trade for money. I will fade away in truth and I will speak up truth because I'm here for my Creator. I'm not here to sell my soul for materialism, for them to return what has been stolen to me. One day they will have to pay for it and give it back no matter what. I am not on sale. I am not easy to give something. Well, I will never do it. I'm afraid of my Creator, not afraid of these little parasites. I'm not afraid of no army. Do you understand? I am not afraid of any army because the only one that has the power is in control. And it's allowing these despicable entities right now to create this. What they're doing is our Creator. He's allowing it for the remaining 0.1% to end up, to wake up. Please watch this video from the beginning. I have to go. I have 5%. I'm going to have to charge it. But remember, everything they do is fraud. Right now, it's just acting. Everything is acting. Remember, Taliban, they went in and invaded Iraq, right? No, that was also another auto-fabricated. Every time the high mind consciousness is really high, they have to bring it down, either with weather control through 5G, right? With 5G electromagnetic sound frequencies, night shift, or a creation of events. You know, a police getting shot, someone getting shot, a building exploding, someone they kill in auto setup, and all these events happening when the high mind consciousness is like as high as what I'm portraying it to my boys right now. May God bless you, give you wisdom and strength to stand in truth, my friends. Here once again, Tiluchio Bandits that is willing to fade away, to keep exposing this little. He's the target. He's the murderer. He's the maniac. He is the one that does raping child, sacrifice child, child trafficking. All of that is his, is him and all his partners in crimes. Take care, my friends. Once again, here, a servant of the King of Kings. For love, I stand in truth, and I will continue to do so because our children and future generation are in massive, massive danger. Take care. Lots of love.